What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. Okay, so we had our first tournament of the season this weekend, and it went pretty terrible. Now, we were in the midst of a massive heat wave here. So temperatures both days were in the 40s Celsius, which for my American friends is like 104 Fahrenheit is 40 Celsius. And we were peaking at like 46, 47. So it was hot, super hot. Probably should have canceled the tournament, whatever. Anyway, I just wanted to get out there, get some reps in, get familiar with tournament play, because as much as I practice and do all that, there's nothing like being in a tournament. And wow, was that evident, and wow, do I need more reps. So day one of the tournament started off like normal. We started on the back nine, hit a perfect drive down the middle of the fairway, pull a wedge, and proceed to make double from the fairway, okay? Like, the moral of this whole tournament is basically I hit it great off the tee and then just made really stupid errors because I wasn't thinking clearly between my body and my mind. There was a dissonance there that just, I don't know. When I play my normal rounds, I don't have to think. I just hit the ball. I get the yardage, I hit the ball. Life is easy. In a tournament, I start thinking about other stuff and it just ruins me. But that's the benefit of now me doing these tournaments. I'm trying to get to a point where I don't have to think. And I found some pockets in these rounds where I was able to get there, but it was by no means a good representation of how I play golf. And like, I got a quad on a par 5 there. It's a stupid hole the way it's designed, but just like stupid mental errors on my part. And I punched out, and then I didn't assess the lie properly, and then I tried to hit a 4-iron out of a stupid lie. I should have taken a higher lofted club, but I was trying to be a hero. And then the ball went into the water and I had to drop, and then I duffed the wedge, and it was just stupid. Like, I made a lot of these stupid errors. Was able to settle more on my back nine and only shot 2 over, but that front nine I shot an 8 over, and it was stupid. And not all of this was avoidable errors. I was putting the ball in play off the tee, but was either 3-putting or hitting stupid wedges and just wasn't committing the swings, and it was a disaster. So day one, total write-off. But I guess one of the things that was good was that I wasn't mad. So, you know, historically in tournaments and in these kinds of situations, I would get really mad at myself and just really beat myself up over not being able to do things. But there were quite a few really good shots that I hit. It was just, I just wasn't there mentally. Just stupid errors on my part that were unnecessary. But again, a big victory for me is I wasn't angry. I didn't get down on myself. I kept myself level-headed. I kept playing and kept it moving. So day two of the tournament. Now, this was going to be the hotter of the 2 days. Temperature was going to get absolutely stupid, and my tee-off time was at 12:30, which meant I was going to be in the heat during the peak of it. I was taking as much precautions as possible to make sure I was going to be able to actually play and finish the round properly and safely. And honestly, played really well. Like, was back to playing normal golf for me. I was committed to my swings, you know, made a couple stupid errors, but was able to get some birdies. Was able to get some putts to drop, was saving pars, you know, if I got out of position, and played the whole front nine even. Got 1 birdie, 1 bogey, was totally fine, kept it moving. Now, the back nine played pretty well until about the last 5 holes where the heat exhaustion started to hit so hard. It was so stupid hot, and it was just absolutely killing me. So was able to get to hole 17 and was only 2 over at this point, and was just going into 17 and 18 are really tricky holes at this course. Both are tight dog legs, and you really got to be meticulous with your tee shots. And so was able to put a great one in play on 17, wedged on 2 putts, got out of there, cool. Now 18, this is where the round took a turn for the worst, but this is a great story, and this is so bad, but just wonderful. So this is a story of how I got an 11 on the par 4 18th during this round. So I walk up to the 18th tee. Now, it is a dogleg right. It is this hole, again, stupid hole, because everything left is red stake. There's a pond right red stake, and then it meets up with a parallel hole, because there's 2 18s here. So there's another hole that's parallel with this hole, and they share a tree line, and then the fairway is, you know, off to the right. But for the tournament, they white staked it so that if you went anywhere past the white stake in the middle of the tree line, then you were OB. Stupid. The way the hole's designed is stupid. Whatever. I made par on it the first day, so I wasn't overly concerned going into it on the last day, but I had no gas left in the tank. I was done. I was trying to chug some water, chug some Gatorade, just give myself any sort of vitality I had left. I needed it on this hole. I pulled driver because if you lay up with an iron here, it's got too much of a shot in, and my thinking was I'm more liable to completely mishit an iron way right here and go into this OB section than I am to hit driver right now. And my hope was to go left, and if I missed it left, well, I'd be way further down there, red stake, whatever. I drop, I get on the green, I make bogey, I don't care. I just wanted to get out of there at this point. I could barely feel my body. Like, that's how bad it was. So I pull driver, I can barely swing. I try and swing through this, and my lower body does absolutely nothing. I come right across it. It goes way right, pops off a tree into the red stake. Water hazard. I'm like, oh, great. The only problem with this is that because of where that red stake hazard is, I don't really have a clear shot. I'm blocked out by trees. So I take a 9-iron and I have to basically swing out of my shoes to get it over this tree so that I can put it in the fairway. So I just buckle down, I come across it, I swing. It's going a little right, but it looks like it's left enough where I'm not gonna be in trouble. And I don't hear anything. So I'm like, okay, cool. We just keep it moving. I keep walking. I am just putting one foot in front of the other because I am literally ready to pass out at this point from just the heat exhaustion and whatever is going on out there. I'm trying to find my ball on this right side. I have to actually take my bag off and sit for a minute and a half because I wasn't seeing anything. I was done. I finally find my ball, and I don't know how this happened, but I must have kicked off of something, and I am on the right side of this stupid white stake line. So I could hit my ball if it wasn't white stake, and I would be totally fine here. But because of this stupid rule, I now have to walk all the way back and hit another shot from that spot because you can't drop when it's OB white stake. So I'm done. And at this point, I feel so terrible. I think I'm about to yak. I think I'm about to pass out. I don't even, I'm thinking, should I just walk off right now? I know I'm be DQ'd, but I don't even know if I'm going to make it to my car at this point. But I'm like, no, it's the 18th hole. You got to do it. Just finish, whatever. So I pull an 8-iron. I walk all the way back to this stupid pond, which is 175 yards, maybe even 200 yards away from where I was, okay? Got to walk all the way around. I take my drop, and now I have to hit this shot again. And so I just try to choke down on 8-iron, and I just try and swing, and I wipe across it, but for some luck, it bounces off a tree and kicks left into the fairway. But now I still have 175 yards in, maybe more. I don't even know. I can't even tell you. All I know is it looked way further than I wanted. That's for sure, okay? So I take my 8-iron, because I don't have any other clubs with me, and I just chip it down the fairway, because I'm afraid to full swing it, because I know I don't have the power right now. I'm going to blow it right, and if I blow it right, I'm going to have to then hit this. I have to go pick up my ball, walk all the way back to this spot, and hit the shot again. I'm not dealing with that. So I'm literally just bunting it down the fairway, okay? So I hit my 5th shot out, bounces off the tree. Now my 6th shot, I bunt it down the fairway. 7th shot, bunt it down the fairway. 8th shot, hit it onto the green. Then I 3-putt, 9, 10, and then I get it in for a tap in, 11. And I walk off, I get to the scoring tent, and I collapse in the chair. I cannot move. I am done. I am so done. I can't even tell you. I've had heat stroke before, and this was another level of tired that I've ever felt. So yeah, we finished the day at 9 over because I got 7 over on the last hole and couldn't even move. Here's a little clip from me immediately in the car right after. In the car after the round. Oh my God.
That was dumb. That was so dumb. Oh, it was 2 over. That last hole, I couldn't even walk. I couldn't even carry the bag. Oh, that was so bad. Oh my gosh. Oh, anyway, we carry on. Whew. That was ridiculous.
So yeah, pretty gnarly. Day 2, aside from that last hole, was a good day. I played well, hit my shots, didn't capitalize on a couple things, which is why I was 2 over, and I, missed 2 very makeable birdie opportunities on a couple of the par 5s that I just didn't capitalize on. So, it was not a great start to a tournament season, but it's the only way I'm going to get better is by getting these reps in. And I need to be able to kind of, one of the things I said to myself going into these tournaments was that I have to have zero expectation. Despite all the practice and all the stuff I do, I know I can play good golf, but I have no concept of what it's like to play good golf in a tournament setting. And so that's what this part of the process is that I have to now just walk into these tournaments with zero expectation and just see what happens. And I did that this weekend. And I got taught a really good lesson about just like committing to shots and being able to play my game and understanding the pace of play and some of the mental side of playing tournaments. It was great learning, and it made for some good stories here. And I'm gonna definitely take a lot of this into my next tournaments. But I think one thing I'm proud of myself is that I didn't get down on myself once throughout this entire weekend. Normally that would be the big narrative for me was I would have withdrawn after the front 9 a year ago. That's how, mentally, like I just wasn't good. And the fact that I stuck with it, finished it off, didn't care, I still don't care. I think it's hilarious that I got an 11. Like I could not care less about how all this turned out. The whole point of me doing these tournaments is that I need to learn how to function in a tournament setting. And so the only way I'm going to do that is just by continuing to do this. I'm going to fail, but I know I can play golf. I know I can play good golf. And I just have to keep trying and keep putting it all together to where I can execute how I execute when I'm playing for fun to when I'm playing in a competitive setting. And so we just got to keep doing that. Next tournament is this fall coming up weekend. So we're going to keep going. But there's a lot to be learned, and I hope you guys enjoyed this story and enjoyed this tournament recap. It's another 45-degree day today, so we are actually not golfing at all. And hopefully get back at it tomorrow, get some prep in, and hopefully I will bring you a much better tournament recap next week for the following event. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Join me on my 2021 golf journey, and I will catch you on the next one.